This is part 6 of Women Haiku Poets from Far Beyond the Field. Makoto Ueda. Still reading Chiyojo. Remember, she wrote almost the most poems of that pre-modern era. She says, Does it sense anything that steals by? Snow on the bamboos. How is the snow gonna sense it? Does it sense anything that steals by? Snow on the bamboos. It's very complicated. Does snow sense things?
I think it senses.
Everything is conscious in some people's analysis. Even not inanimate things. Rocks have consciousness. Yeah. She's not. I think she's more poetic than Buddhist. Does it sense anything that steals by? Snow on the bamboos.
Do they have those photographs of water?
Oh, the water senses it.
How the water senses thoughts.
Yeah, water senses thoughts. So
the snow is water.
The snow is water, so it has to sense the thoughts of something that steals by. Or just walks by. Loneliness lies within the listener, a cuckoo's call. How come this one doesn't come out as Hoto Gisu? Because it says loneliness lies within the listener, a cuckoo's call. And she says, Sabishisha wa kiku hito ni koso konkodori. How could that be? It seems we know. I don't understand it. There's no presence of the word hototo gisu, so she's using a different word. The loneliness lies within the listener, a cuckoo's call.
Not seriously, because you're alone and you sense all the little of the street noises and sounds.
The loneliness is not caused by the sound of the bird.
It's not caused, but
the bird.
Read what it says.
It says loneliness lies within the listener.
Yeah. So from the degree of loneliness, you can detect the degree of the ability to hear things very far, very small sounds. But if you're not lonely and your mind is distracted with so many things, not even hearing a big noise.
The harvest moon, there too is
it's a very good observation, actually.
Yeah, but people know that. So. The harvest moon, there too is a bird that seeks the dark. The harvest moon, there too is a bird that seeks the dark. Where's that bird? The harvest moon, there too is a bird that seeks the dark. A bird that likes the dark? Or we have owls. Don't know. Trout going downstream. Day by day, the water frightens me more. She's frightened by it. Trout going downstream. Day by day, the water frightens me more. Now, that prior poem, she was talking about how someone who has to wake others misses out on the flowers. Says a Japanese housewife always gets up earlier than the rest of the family and busies herself preparing breakfast. And also, moonflowers bloom on summer evenings. Many townspeople in pre-modern Japan, since their household lacked bathrooms, would take a cold bath in a tub placed outdoors after nightfall. We read that poem about the housewife. She says, "Morning glories, the person who wakes others doesn't get to see the flowers." And the other poem, "Moonflowers in bloom when a woman's skin gleams through the dusk." That's when they take a bath here out in outside in a tub. Moonflowers bloom on summer evenings. Many townspeople, since their households lack bathrooms, would take a cold bath in the tub placed outdoors.
At night. Really quite something.
And then also the Japanese trout, after laying eggs in the river towards the end of autumn, swim downstream to die in the sea. And she says, "Trout going downstream, day after day. The water frightens me more." She's frightened by this trout going down to die. Now she says, it says, "This is an empty gourd. Across the autumn wind is blowing. Before glass bottles were imported, the Japanese stored liquids in gourds. They bored a hole through which the seeds were extracted at the top of the gourd, which was then dried until it became hard." And she says, about the gourd, she says, goodness. Something like the voice of deepening autumn from a gourd. Now we look at the critical reviews. Her literature in pre-modern Japan, her literary fame almost equaled Basho's. During her lifetime, her verse appeared in more than 100 books of haiku.
She's very comfortable writing. You can see the comfort in writing, easiness.
Well, it's nice that a woman could achieve so much fame early on. This didn't happen much within the West. And she's way back in 1703 to 1775. So women are doing better really there than here. There's a trend in favor of reevaluating her work by paying more attention to the poems that were less popular in pre-modern times. Her father made a living by mounting pictures on scrolls and screens, which a profession to which she was to succeed after his death. She did mounting pictures on scrolls and screens.
You see the time when the child is played with the parents. Work. there was no daughter, I guess.
Remember, she became in 1753, she would be about 51. She became a nun, calling herself Chirani or Soin, but she did not stop writing verses. The Chirani Kushiro contained haiku, containing 546 of her haiku. Then she did another collection, The Voice of the Pine, which includes 327 haiku. She died in 1775, leaving behind more haiku than any other woman poet of pre-modern Japan. I'll just continue reading it again. My bell bucket taken by the morning glory, this borrowed water. The butterfly behind, before, behind, a woman on the road. Morning glories, the person who wakes others doesn't get to see the flowers.
You didn't read the one with the butterflies before?
What do you mean, the butterflies?
Mm-hmm.
The butterfly behind, before, behind, a woman on the road. I didn't read that. The morning glories.
It seems as the butterfly flies, she rides the butterfly from back. Read again.
She says, the butterfly behind, before, behind, a woman on the road.
The
butterfly goes ahead, goes behind, goes ahead.
That's how it's a very nice description. She shows the whole movement of the picture.
Morning glories. The person who wakes others doesn't get to see the flowers. Moonflowers in bloom when a woman's skin gleams through the dusk. That's a beautiful image I like to see. They got pearly white. A lot of these Japanese women have this like pearly white skin. Ghostly white. They admire that whiteness too.
That's why they hold umbrellas.
You see them walking with umbrellas.
They may be very dangerous to be exposed to the sun also. So safe. Shouldn't be too much sun in Japan.
Sun.
Because otherwise, why people will be
No, they want to keep their skin white. They don't want to be tanned. Probably, I don't know.
And in the plays, in the theater, they paint them even more white.
It's true of the Koreans too, I think. It made me forget about the rouge on my lips, a crystalline stream. A white chrysanthemum, how strange to see it bloom in the sun.
You read that before?
I know, dear. I'm completing the second pass, and because I'm finishing with this poet. Something like the voice of deepening autumn from the choir. The first winter shower, a gust passes without getting wet. Do they flower, dreaming of a spring night, blossoms out of season? All right, we're finishing up the reading from Chiyojo, woman poet of Japan, haiku poet from the book Far Beyond the Field, part 6.